Here's a little extra for tonight. The negative ecologies of Nick Fuentes. On negation and the birth of the Philistine. The dialectic of negation. Every age invents its own negation before it shares. Every age invents its own negation before it dares to live it. Atheism is named before it is believed. Anarchism is feared before it is practiced. Nihilism is mocked before it is understood. The Philistine arrives last, the negation of negation itself. The dialectic is not a circle, but a descent. Each refusal breeds a subtler affirmation. The ghost becomes flesh. Every negation begins as a specter haunting the established order. When the specter becomes incarnate, it spawns its successor. The atheist denies God and ethics appears. The anarchist denies law and conscience appears. The nihilist denies value and beauty is discovered anew. Out of the void, improbable hybrids arise. The authoritarian atheist, the ethical anarchist, the aesthetic nihilist, the invisible negative. The Philistine is the final ghost, despised yet unacknowledged. To be called one is shameful, to call another one is reflexive. The Philistine's invisibility is social camouflage. Everyone accuses, no one confesses. When negation matures, its name becomes a posture, its insult and identity. Culture and anarchy divided the human landscape into three species: barbarians, populists, and Philistines. The barbarian delights in exterior grace of culture, all ornament, no spirit. The populist is deprived of light, half hidden in its poverty. The Philistine, rich in machinery but poor in soul, prefers darkness to illumination. The Philistine does not hate beauty, he has simply mechanized his senses against it. He builds engines to escape the ineffable, and then calls the hum of industry a hymn. His bondage to machinery is moral as well as mechanical. A soul turned engine, a heart of iron efficiency. To the Philistine, culture is dangerous precisely because it might interrupt production. Nietzsche's counterpart. Nietzsche's culture Philistine is not ignorant but inverted. He worships unculture as if it were culture. It's not chapter 14, it's a whole new book. I just jump around whenever I want. This one's called Negative Ecology of the American Daydream. The worm in the work of art. The Philistine lodges within creation like a worm, living off what he destroys. He hates genius because genius performs miracles. He mistakes miracles for errors in logic. His optimism is shameless because it is blind. The parallel of Arnold and Nietzsche. Culture and anarchy and the birth of tragedy mirror each other like enemies in the same mirror. Sweetness and light. The Apollonian radiance, the barbarians, the Dionysian revelers. Both divide humanity between the higher and the ordinary, the redeemed and the restless. Each finds in art the only form of justification, aesthetic harmony for Arnold, tragic redemption for Nietzsche. The Greeks refuted him not by argument but by art. The Apollonian dream makes life bearable by masking its horror. Art alone transforms nausea into music. The Dionysian does not contemplate beauty, he becomes it. In song and dance, man transcends individuality to join the chorus of creation. In becoming art, he escapes the Philistine solitude. The Dionysian is freedom through participation, the Apollonian through vision. Socrates is the intellect that abolishes wonder. His virtue is knowledge, his sin is clarity. He denies the body its mystery and calls it wisdom. Socrates is the first Philistine, ana-aesthetic reason dressed as moral light. Between Apollo and Silenus, Dionysus and Socrates, Nietzsche sketches the four corners of being. Apollo and Dionysus redeem, Silenus and Socrates negate. The barbarians are Dionysian without discipline, the Philistines Apollonian without art. Together they map the eternal field of culture, art, and its refusal. The Philistine does not destroy art, he immunizes himself against it. He does not kill beauty, he outlasts it. His is the mind cured of wonder, the soul vaccinated against the sublime. The Philistine is the man who cannot feel nausea and therefore cannot create. The atheist denied heaven, the anarchist denied the state, the nihilist denied meaning. The Philistine denies the denial itself. He replaces rebellion with comfort. His creed is normalcy, his God is convenience, his morality is moderation. Yeah, that's the whole point. I really just do this so I can go to sleep. That's the only reason. I'm starting this book again because I wasn't tired, and I think it's working. Yet even he will one day produce his opposite, the aesthetic barbarian who will mock his complacency and begin the cycle anew. Every culture defines its own Philistine. The insult endures because it conceals a prophecy. The next negation waits within it. As atheism once gave rise to ethics and nihilism to aesthetics, Philistinism too will bear its unforeseen child. The question is not who is a Philistine, but what will come after him. It is only as an aesthetic phenomenon that existence in the world are eternally justified. The symbol loves all meaning in the presence of the God. Metaphor is metamorphosis, the becoming other of what would speak. Metaphor, symbol, and metamorphosis. The Dionysian origin of symbol. In the dithyramb, the body becomes language. Dance is the grammar of the gods. Music is not accompaniment, but revelation, the direct speech of nature. The veil of Maya trembles when rhythm becomes symbol and symbol becomes flesh. The lips, the eyes, the limbs, each becomes a syllable of the Dionysian speech. True expression is pantomime, a choreography of being. Gesture precedes word, and word precedes concept. The entire body is the first metaphor. Music as a primordial language. Music is older than meaning. The tones of pleasure and pain are the basso continuo of the world. All language is but a strophic commentary on the original melody. Written words are fossils of sound. Their rhythm is the ghost of music. The will is the music of the world. The world is the melody made visible. Every art is a metaphor for music, every image an echo of tone. When metaphor forgets its source, it becomes rhetoric. Music alone remembers that it is still divine speech. The lyric poet interprets music through images as the dream interprets desire. He does not invent but transposes, translating sound into sight. His metaphors are visions heard through the ear of the soul. He is Apollo serving Dionysus, the eye singing what the ear has seen. The metaphor of the Father and the Son. Music is the father of poetry, the poem, the son who would beget his parent. When sound serves text, the divine order is inverted. The son's rebellion is called opera. Wagner tried to make words sing. Dionysus only laughs. When music serves the word, it becomes rhetoric. Rhetoric is the corpse of song embalmed in concept. The rhetorical musician stimulates the senses. The Dionysian musician awakens the soul. The former seeks meaning, the later metamorphosis. Opera is philosophy set to melody, the victory of theory over ecstasy. It is born not from joy, but from moral nostalgia. Its listeners demand understanding as if the divine could be translated. Thus, Socrates becomes the first librettist of modernity. Music is the mother of all arts because it is already the dismemberment of unity. It is the one language that affirms life's multiplicity without explanation. To hear it is to feel oneself transformed into all that lives. The ear becomes the organ of metamorphosis. The symbolism of the body restored. Modern aesthetics is the art of partial organs, the eye without the hand, the ear without the limb. Ancient drama was a total organism, a body of arts and dance, voice and vision. Dionysus is not represented, he is remembered. Each art broken off from the whole awaits reunion in the Bacchic festival. The artist must first be dismembered before he can symbolize the god. To create is to be other, to shed the eye as the snake sheds skin. In intoxication, the self dissolves into the chorus of being. Metaphor is not ornament, but metamorphosis. Metaphor is founded on unity, the oneness of all that lives. Yet metaphor exists because the unity has been lost. To speak is to recollect the dismemberment of Dionysus. To symbolize is to begin the resurrection. Philosophical language petrifies the music of the world. The concept is a deaf metaphor that has forgotten its melody. Dialectic is verse without rhythm, reflection without dance. Thales saw oneness and spoke of water, proof that the thinker mistranslates the scene. For Aristotle, metaphor borrows from the proper. For Nietzsche, the proper is a forgotten metaphor. Essence is a figure of speech mistaken for truth. The philosopher is a poet who no longer knows he is singing. Every reference to the proper imprisons metaphor within metaphysics. Every good rhetoric is a stopgap, a myth of proximity to the real. The metaphysical dream of an accurate language is the last illusion of philosophy. To escape the closure, one must dance instead of define. Dionysus dies into symbols and is reborn through art. Every metaphor is a fragment of his body, a limb awaiting reunion. Music reassembles what thought has torn apart. Thus, art alone redeems philosophy. It restores the divine laughter of metamorphosis. The metaphor is not a bridge, but a transformation. The symbol is not a sign, but a becoming. The artist does not represent Dionysus, he becomes his echo. All creation is translation, and all translation is dance. All right, that's the end of negative ecology. I'll see you guys later.